Hello again, boys and girls. A new day, a new project, and now I'm in the reel-to-reel magnetic tape fever. So, you see, I just refurbished my Philips 4502 deck, but I need something essential. And what I need is a demagnetizer. You see, a demagnetizer, it's a device that removes unwanted residual magnetics from tools, which is magnetic tapes and all the other magnetic parts on the path of magnetic tape. And how is doing that? It's using an alternating magnetic field. You can demagnetize screwdrivers, tweezer, any kind of machine parts, tools and whatever. It's working like neutralizing the polarity or reversing the magnetic field. Anyway, the point is that after applying this, then the object itself, if it's a magnetic tape or a screwdriver or whatever, it's not magnetized anymore. And what I need, let's see, I find me a screw, and this is a magnetic screw, very clear, see, pure iron. And I have some wire, I think this is 0.2 millimeters, let me see, yeah, it's 0.2 millimeters, I recall. And it's a very simple task, in fact. We have to do a coil with this screw like a magnetic core. Once those alternating current in and out, then it gives a kind of magnetic spread which annihilate, which will turn to zero any magnetic charging on the parts. Okay, this is a very simple task. First, let me have this a little bit bigger. I can simply use a scissor to do that. It's plastic, fantastic. A little bit more. And we are done. Like this. Okay, let's clean all these leftovers. Be careful, because we need to use sharp tools, and you need to have some skills. And also, by the way, if it's happening, if you cut your fingers or something, don't hesitate to use super glue, crazy glue, instead of anything else. It's just tidying the wound in a second. I did that, like in the movies, and it's working unbelievable well. Okay, that's number one. Perfect. And what I want to do is to have two holes, because I want to have the wires out of this. So I'll have the input wire and the output wire, just like this. You see? Now let's fix the other one. You can use any kind of washers. You can make your own from cardboard or heavy paper or any kind of plastic. It's just happening that I had this guys around. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, there we are. Come on, a little bit more. I don't want too much, because I want it to be steady on the screw. I think that should be enough. And now let's prepare the path. I want to use paper with this one. And you see, masking paper, it's perfect for this job. It's not critical, by the way. All we need is to isolate the core. That should be enough. You know, paper is better temperature and so on. Okay, we are done. Let me clean the area. Oh yeah, We can use that, very nice. Now I need some proper wire. And I think this will do the job, this kind of wires will do the job because they are flexible. It's exactly what I'm looking for. You see this thread? It's a very tough piece of yarn. And this one, it's effectively cutting the plastic. And we can expose the wires inside. This is the way I'm getting my wiring needs. You see, this is a network cable. I'm not sure, Cat 5, 6. But anyway, if you dismantle this, you're gonna have a lot of nice colored copper wires for doing your electronic projects. There we go. Let's go to garbage. Of course, separate plastic and metal. I'm always doing that. It's very important, people, to do that. And here we have this aluminum mesh, which is a very good shield, by the way. I used this kind of cable even in the audio environment. It's very good. Yes, it is. Once you connect the shield in a proper way, then everything is fine. Okay, let's have two wires for now, like red and black. Like I said, this is a really tough yarn. It's so strong, I will keep it. You'll never know. Alright, so let me have the first connection with one of the ends of the coil, like this, and let's make it nice with some soldering wire. Now it's done. Let me have the wire going outside like that. I should have one of these nuts. There we go. Oh. All right, there we go. Nice. Oh no. Well, I think it's enough. Yeah, that's enough. And here we have the red one. And that's perfect. You know what's funny? I got no room. And let's have the output. Like that. Perfect. And nothing to do now but to cover everything with paper. Like that. Nice. And even the things can have some of this. Perfect. And the coil is done. It's a perfect coil, I may say. Okay, let's clean the area. We can even measure the ohms, and we have like 13 ohms. Beautiful. As long as we are here, let's have an impedance measurement, which is not important. And we have 14 millihenry with this one gives me 64 ohms at 1 kilohertz, 230 ohms at 10 kilohertz, 1.04 kilo ohms at 100 kilohertz, 15.9 ohms at 100 hertz. Okay, you see, now the next step is the power supply. Okay, to have that alternating magnetic field, we need alternating current, so we need a transformer or a power supply of some kind able to provide the voltage and of course the current. And let's see what I got here. This is a really strong transformer, evidently with a few outputs. I'm not sure which is which, but we can measure and can use that for my power supply. You can use any AC output power supply, wall power supply, any kind of power supply. So we have alternating voltages. What we got here? Nothing. Do we got power? I think we have it. 12 volts. We got 12 volts right here. Perfect. Let's make it nice. Well, this is just a test, so it's still a lot of work to be done with a switch, with a fuse and everything. So one of these goes to one of the outputs and we should be able to have, yeah, it's working. How we know that? Oh, screws, of course. Let's say these guys, you see, nothing happens. Once I energize it, this is a perfect electromagnet. You can hear the vibration and you see, that's the way the things are running. Now, let's do a test. And here I have screwdrivers, which I know they are magnetized. You see, look there. So it's catching the screw. Now, let's put this on. Oh. And we go, okay, we go around, we are coming like this, and we go out in the same way. Let's see. Still there. Not anymore. I demagnetize it, as you see. Turn off the magnet on both the screw and the screwdriver. What about this? So now, if I want the screwdriver magnetized again, it's very simple. I'm taking this close to the screwdriver, put power on, and just cut the power. Now it should be magnetized, you see? If I want it demagnetized, I put the power on, coming in circles, get the area done, and that should be out of everything. Look, it's gone. Very simple, isn't that? Let's see this guy. Of course it is. Scissor. Okay, let's do the same. Very important is to have the field always on. So it's not only the scissor, it's also the screw. And it's gone. You see? Not so strong. Still there. Very important to keep the field, the magnetic field, always on as we go away from the tool or heads or whatever. Let's see now. It's gone. No more magnet. Yeah. So this is a very simple. demagnetizer. Takes a few minutes to do it, and the most important thing is the power supply. Any 10, 12, 16 volts will do the job. AC only, alternating current. And of course the movement, it's like this, circles, doesn't matter, but anyway, coming in circles and going out in circles. Yeah, I hope it's useful, and like always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, push the like button. Thanks to my sponsors, and I'll be back with some others soon. See you, bye bye.